Hello and welcome back. The first thing that we're going to do here is open up a terminal and notice that I'm logged into my non-root account, Mike. And in the last video, we made some changes to some configuration files. First, a system-wide configuration file to change the host name of our machine. And we see that change has taken place now. Instead of saying Kali33 right here, it says Cosmodrone. And then a user-specific change here to the bash RC file for Mike to anytime we open up a terminal, we printed out this little message here. We echoed this to the screen. Welcome to the machine. So those changes have taken place. Now, let's see, where are we right now? We are in Mike's home directory, so I'm just going to CD to my desktop. And if I ls here, well, look, there is nothing on the desktop, and that makes sense, right? Visually, we see nothing here. We saw in the past that we can create a file using nano. So if I do nano, we'll say nano test, and I'll say this is a test. And I'll hit Control X to save it. And we see now that the file test has appeared right here on the desktop. So if I click ls, there it is, and I can cat that to the screen and open it. We also saw that we can use the touch command to create a file. So if I want to just create an empty file, I can just type touch and then the name of the file, touch file 1, and there we see file 1. And if we look at file 1 though, cat file 1, there's nothing in it. So let's actually edit file 1. Let's just put a little bit of text in here, file 1, and we'll say, hello, I hope you are enjoying this course. Oh, and let's capitalize that I. There we go. Control X to save, and there we go. So if we look at file 1 now, now there's some text in there. Perfect. So let's clear this. Now, we can copy files using the cp command. So to use the cp command, first we're going to type cp, and then the name of the file that we want to copy. So I want to copy file 1, and then what we want to call the new file. So I want to call this new file, file 2. So right here, this command, it says copy this file and turn it into this file. And right there, we see that a new file has appeared on our desktop. And so if I list these, we see file 2 is here as well. And if I cat out file 2, it's an exact replica, right? Hello, I hope you are enjoying this course. We can also, if I check the help documentation for CP, and we scroll up here, right? Usages, right? CP, source, and then directory. Copy source to destination or multiple sources to directory. So we can actually provide this destination here or this directory. It doesn't have to be in our current path. So what do I mean by that? Well, right now we're at home, Mike, desktop, right? That's our current path. So when I do CP, let's say file 1 as file 3, it copies this file in our current path and pastes it as this file in our current path. But if I wanted to maybe put this somewhere else, for instance, maybe I want to, let's go check something out really quick. Let's change to our pictures directory. So there's my current directory now. I'm root, home, right? So this is our root directory, then the home, Mike, and pictures. Right now it's empty, right? There's nothing in it. So let's go back to our documents. All right. Oh, not documents. I'm sorry. Our desktop. All right. So there's our desktop, and let's copy file 1 to a different path. So let's say root, and then home, and then Mike, and now pictures. And let's call this file 3. We'll call it just file 3. All right. So if I look now, file 3 doesn't appear on the desktop. It didn't appear over here. But if I change my directories and I go to my pictures folder, there's file 3. We've effectively copied that in the new location. And so let's just verify. Yep, perfect. Now, we can remove a file by using the rm command. we'll type rm and then the name of the command or the name of the file that we want to remove. So I want to remove file 3 here from pictures because it's not a picture. So I'm going to type rm and then I'll do file 3. And if I type ls now, voila, it's gone. Similarly, I can, if I just state the file name, it's going to look in my current path. So it's looking in, my location. But I can also remove something that's not in my path. If I do remove, let's see, /home, /mic, /desktop, let's get rid of file. Let's get rid of the test file. All right, and so hopefully when I click this, test will disappear. And it does. Perfect. So the remove command seems to be working nicely. So I'm going to get back to my home directory. So there we are, cd home. And we'll do back to the desktop. And let's remove file 2. So we're just back to file 1 now. So we're sort of cleaning up a little bit. I can use the ln command. Well, let's clear the screen. ln command to link two files together. Same as using CP. I'll type the name of the file I want to link. So let's see, ln file 1, and then the name of the new file, and we'll call this file 2. So there we have linked file 1 and file 2. But here, the difference between a link and a copy, let's just see, cat file 1, cat file 2. All right, perfect. So you can see that we've made these two changes. But now, because these are linked together, if I edit one of the files, so let's do nano file 2, and let's change this. Let's say, I hope you are enjoying this course, and Linux is cool. So we'll add that to our second file. All right, so if I cat file 2 now, if I cat file 2, we would expect that change to happen, and it does. But now watch what happens if I cat file 1. The changes occur as well. So when we link two files together, anytime we change one file, the other file changes, because essentially these two files are the same file. They're referencing the same file or same location. And so this is really different than if we just made a copy. So if I do cp file 1 as file 3, okay, and then I change file 3. So let's just say Linux is cool. Yes, it is. Okay, we change that. Now if I cat file 3, I see the changes have occurred, but if I cat file 1, nothing has happened, and that's because we made a copy here. So links are a little bit different. They're pointing to the same file. Copying, you're actually making a new file. Now, let's remove file 3. Let's just get our two linked files here. If I delete one of these linked files right now, so if I delete, let's say, file 2, so I'm going to remove file, let's actually remove file 1, the original. See, file 2 still stands. It's still right here, so I can cat out file 2, and everything works good. Now, we can change the behavior of the link just a little bit if we pass the TAC-S flag. So let's go see what that is going to do. Oh, ln dac tac help. So we can come through here, and it looks like TAC-S makes a symbolic link instead of a hard link. So a hard link we saw when we deleted the file, the original file, the linked file still worked, right? File 2 still worked, I could still open it. If I type ln TAC-S, I'm going to make a symbolic link of file 2, and we'll call it file 3. And you can even see that this looks a little bit different, right? It almost looks like, maybe from like Windows, it looks like a shortcut. And so that's exactly what it is. If I cat file 2 and then cat file 3, we see they're the same thing. If I make a change to file 3, I don't know, we're just talking, right? Hello and goodbye. If we cat file 3, there's the change. If we cat file 2, there's the change as well. The difference between the hard link, just using ln, and the symbolic link using the TAC-S, is that now when I delete the original file, so let's remove Here, let's look at our things first. File 2, file 3. Notice our link has a different color in the terminal bar here. And if I do ls-tac-l for the long listing, right here I have an L for a link, and it tells me what file 3 is linked to. File 3 is linked to file 2. If I remove file 2 now, watch what happens. You saw visually the little X appears, and if I click ls, it looks like file 3 has changed in appearance, and that's because we have a broken link. So if I do ls-tac-l, file 3, file 2, we're going to get an error if I try to open file 3. And it says there's no such file directory, even though it exists here. It's a broken link. And that's what a symbolic link will do for you. So let's remove our broken link, remove file 3. Perfect. If I want, I can use the move command to move a file. So let's go to, let's create a file. I'll just do touch file 1. So there's our file. And if I want to move it, I'm going to say mv, and the move command takes the file and then the path where you want to move it. So let's move it one directory up. So I'm going to say move file 1 to move, well, let's first get all right, so here's our path, right? And so I'm going to say move file 1 to home/Mike. All right, it looks like file 1 is off of our desktop. It's not there anymore. If I go up one directory, I see file 1 is right here in our directory now. So we were able to move that file. We can also use the move command to just rename a file. So if I do move file 1 and then I don't specify a path, I'm going to use the current location, and I can just say it as new name, right? I'm going to give it a new name, and we'll put it right there. And now the file has changed from file 1 to the file new name. Okay, before we end, let's go through and just clean up any files we might have created. So I'm going to remove new name. All right. Let's check our, I think I've got a lot of things in my documents from a previous video, yeah. So let's remove these. Here's a nice trick when we're removing. I'm going to remove, I could type remove file 1 and then remove file 2 and then remove file 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, etc. Or I can do it all at once using an asterisk. The asterisk is a wildcard symbol that stands for anything that comes after. So we're going to remove all files that start with FILE and then have anything else after that. So if I click enter, all of those files are gone in one nice little command. So that asterisk, that wildcard, is really nice there. And I think that might be it. Did we remove the file in the pictures? We did. All right, perfect. I think this is a great point to stop. We saw how to copy files, how to create links, and how to move files in this video. In the next video, we're going to learn how to do similar operations with directories. I'll see you then.